With the Game 7 review. Start off with the first shot. It was Lopez. He started it all off, hitting the three, stretching the floor for Milwaukee. He played some good defense, solid defense, and then Giannis got P.J. Tucker involved. P.J. Tucker shooting, Milwaukee is hard, almost impossible to beat. But when that guy's on, you just got to give him a little bit of help. Unfortunately, Brooklyn wasn't able to give him enough help, but I think the refs had a lot to do with that. They come past Joe Harris. Now, if Joe Harris, if he hits two more threes, they win. And I win at the casino too, but still, that's what you want out of Giannis. That was a good thing for Brooklyn. Even though he hit a three, you want him to shoot those. You want him to feel like he can shoot those later. So he hits one early, it'll come back and bite him later. Now Blake Griffin was playing his ass off. He was on everything. All the rebounds between him and Jeff Green guarding Giannis. They were giving him trouble, but Steve Nash, he did himself a disservice by not playing them both at the same time. I felt like you afford yourself the ability to switch, and with Joe Harris not hitting the three, you also make your defense work. Chris Middleton, he was slow in the first half, but he came on in the end, and so did Drew Holiday, as you'll see later on. Now Bruce Brown he has been like the perfect filler for this team. Anything they need, he can do. If it's rebounding, he'll have a double-double. Scoring, he can score 10, 15 out of nowhere. Or just filling the lane like that. And that should have been a foul. There's plenty of fouls they didn't call on Giannis. Giannis probably should have been fouled out. There's several plays where they didn't call a charge on him, yet he led with his elbow to the chest of the defender. Look at Blake again for another putback. I believe he had a double-double. He played his butt off. Connaughton, Milwaukee saying my white boy is better than yours, which really I think Joe Harris is better, but in this series Connaughton proved to be a much better player. And look, KD just had it flowing. The only thing, see, they didn't show the next play. Let me see. Let's see if they show him coming back down. Nope. Nah, they didn't show the very next play, because the very next play he came down and shot another three, but he missed it. KD bailed him out a couple times on that. You know what I mean? And of course we have some technical difficulties, but KD afforded them the opportunity to stay in the game a couple times by heat checking instead of going to the rack, keeping it going. I can't blame him because he was doing everything and he was tired. We weren't getting much from Harden because Harden's hurt. And also, as you see, we have more technical difficulties, but you'll see he's getting fouled. He did call that one, but several were uncalled. Now look, you see what Giannis just did. He just pushed off to get up. As the difficulties continue, and he get a dunk out of it. No call. You see Jeff Green looking like, shit, we're the home team. No, you're not. Now that the NBA has anything to say about it. You're from here. He's not. That's what they want to succeed. But I digress. Brooklyn allowed Milwaukee to get back in this game at the end of the first half, and then plays like this just baffling. Why do you leave P.J. Tucker wide open like that? Granted, he hadn't been hitting the three much in this series, but this game 7. P.J. Tucker's a big time player. If he can hit 1 3 in a game, he's doing something for you, because he's gonna play defense. He's a hard-nosed defender. There you go. Now let's see. Got KD coming around the screen, running that screen and roll with Blake Griffin. More technical difficulties. Must apologize for you talking about Boondocks internet. Of course, it's a pull up and it's pretty. The guy threw down 48 of them things. You know what I mean? You see Joe Harris, number 3. I think I want to say he had 3 of them. But that's an average day for him. Just the playoffs, you got to be above your averages, which Blake Griffin was. He played true to form today. Harden almost had a triple double. KD was close to a triple double. Played his butt off. But of course, you got Libro-sexuals who are going, oh, if it was LeBron, if it was LeBron, he'd have 3 to 5 more former All-Stars on his team. Let's be for real. Let's stop all these comparisons, trying to belittle the accomplishments of another man to uplift your guy, because you chose to see him as deity. Let's be for real. Look at Harden. Let's see. Connaughton, their white boy's better than yours. You know, and that's a bad pass. And PJ Tucker and Middleton made him work all day long. And that's what I don't get. I can't blame KD because he was tired. He was doing all the work. And for some reason, Steve Nash, from the fourth quarter on, primarily had the team leaning on Kevin Durant. Now, granted, he's going to take the majority of your shots, but you made him work too much to where it was hit that last shot or season's over. And that's what it came down to. That's what it came down to in overtime. You're talking about, oh, well, KD was 0 for 4 in overtime. Y'all are just good at trying to have an argument. All these female Negroes, all these female tendencies. Oh, well, let me just say something irrational, as if I didn't see the rest of the game, where the man had 48. Damn, they had a 48 triple-double, 48-point triple-double. And let me talk about the last 5 minutes in overtime, where I don't even think it was probably it wasn't 10 points scored in overtime. When you talking about, well, he didn't score in overtime. If LeBron did that, LeBron would have never made it to overtime in this game because he'd have gave up in the first 3 quarters like he did against Phoenix those last 3 games. But we don't want to talk about that, do we? Everybody was quiet. Look at that foul. He grabbed his arm. And watch Giannis. He's pulling. That's the thing I thought Blake did give him a little. It's like you want to entice him to shoot, but when you know he's going up with that shooting motion, you still want to get out there. You want to challenge him. You want to make him work. And I don't think they quite made him work every time. And look at KD. Joe Harris. That's the last 3 he would make. Unfortunately. I think it was the last 3 he made. He might have made 1 more. I thought he made 3, but he might have made 1 more. KD had that pull-up work. You should have never shot outside of that. Do you realize if you shoot 12 layups versus 12 threes, especially as a KD, he's liable to make 10 of them and get fouled 4 times. So that's 20 plus some free throws. You know what I mean? You might get 2 times. 2 times you shoot 1, 2 times you shoot 2. You make 4 for 6. That's 24 points on those 12 attempts. In order to get those same 24, you got to hit 8 threes out of 12 attempts. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. Of course, we have more technical difficulties. You know, it's not ESPN. I call it for now 3SPN, but I really don't want to be nothing like them, because I want to tell it true the way the game's supposed to be talked about. Not sit there and lean on narratives of that's a foul. Also a foul. Also a foul. You see? But that's the difference. Now Middleton, he finds Bam, the player of the day. He's the one. He's their closer. Drew Holiday. More technical difficulties. Giannis come bumbling. About to travel probably, I bet you. Watch. Is this going to be the second three from Drew Holiday or is this Middleton? Let's see. There you walk. That's right. Giannis did get a bucket late. I forgot. He got that one. Oh, it's hardened off the glass. Now, see, this is when the game should have been over. I don't know what Steve Nash has been doing, but this might have been the last time they actually passed the ball a couple times on a possession. And it's not just to pass out the double off the glass. Bam. Yep. This should have been over. But no. Drew Holiday. And they called a foul on that. Nobody touched him. That's when they were really trying to give Milwaukee the game. Why is Joe Harris guarding Drew Holiday? Why is Joe Harris in the game right now? Why is he guarding Drew Holiday? You want to save Harden. But if you want to save Harden, put a better defender in. Where's bruh from Indiana, Yogi Ferrell? Bam. Wow. Thing wet. He's from here. See? That's why he can do that. Look at that. Bam. Go on by, Middleton. See, like just passing me by. Now, see, as you can see, Milwaukee went on an 8-0 run. And Brooklyn had to come back. Brooklyn was up 5 after that Harden 3. That's when the whole scope of the game changed. Now, we're having technical difficulties, but it's right on time. Because here we go. We're coming down to the nitty gritty. And bang. You know. One more time. Bang. KD is all KD. From here on out. And that's the problem. It's too much KD. Alright. Now here comes the turnover from Milwaukee. This is just foolishness. If the damn what's name we get through these technical difficulties. Like you didn't realize how much time was on the clock. And this is an excellent shot. This is probably shot of the year right here. Look. This nigga didn't wear a size 22 shoe. It was game over. Series over. We're going to the final. Eastern Conference Finals. Foot too damn big though. And Giannis does what Giannis does. Absolutely nothing when it matters. And this is the story of the game. Story of the series, really. Joe Harris did not come through for them. When your players aren't playing, that's why you have other players on the bench. When they're not shooting, they're not hitting, they're not doing what you need them to do. If Joe Harris isn't scoring, he's a liability. As good a player he is, you become a liability when you're not scoring. It worked out because of who was that? Bruce Brown. Giannis hooking. No call. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for us. Hands on it, let them look. It's a good block. Lopez with some big time plays, but what you'll notice is this was a game because after this, I believe Drew Holiday might have scored 2 buckets. But it was a game that Brooklyn played away. They gave away. Steve Nash was not the right choice of coach because if he was, he'd have went back to how they played the first 2.5 games. They stopped moving the ball. They stopped passing the ball. It became one-dimensional. When you become one-dimensional, you make it easier for yourself to get beat. Even Jordan had to pass that thing off every once in a while. When that threat is gone, you become very easy to defend. Now the rest came and it had a lot to do with the outcome, but it is what it is, man. I want to thank y'all for listening to me, man. Y'all have a good one.